What is up, YouTube? Welcome to this video. Here I'm going to show you myself locking in a $15,000 trade from $1,800, okay? This is a quick 17 seconds video of me just securing the profit. I already had the sell limits placed prior, but check this out, okay? So market opens at 9:30, boom, you see $15,000 right there, and secured it, okay? That was a mistake, left like 15,000 just doing that, but you can see here, I had it to sell me out at 12. I submitted that order at 9:22, 7 minutes before the market opened. And it actually ended up filling us at 15. So when I say 15, I mean $1,500. Now let's break down that trade right now. Okay, and now here we are. Hope you guys enjoyed that intro. We're here live logging into my TradeZella, which is a online trading journal, which I recommend. I also have a physical journal, but I do like the online journal because it ports right into your account and it pulls all the data from the inception of your account. We'll hit you with a little refresh just in case some of you guys think this is fake. I don't know why, but here it is. Okay, so looking right here in the month of April so far, total trades 42 trades. Some people might think that's too many. Some traders only take 1 to 2 trades a week, a month. You know, everyone's different. I'm a day trader. I take lots of positions. I'm always trying different ideas out every day. People who in my group already know this. And we're shooting at a 66% rate. I forget what Steph Curry shoots at. I don't even think Steph Curry hits. I don't know. I think he's a 70% free three-point shooter. Don't quote me on this, even though he's my favorite player. But all I'm trying to say is you don't need to have an 80% win rate, 90% win rate to come out with results like this, okay? It does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of effort and being in the right trade at the right time. But I guarantee you, if I've done it, you can do this too, guys. So really quick, let's break it down for you and, start looking here at the dashboard, okay? We started off the week slowly. I believe this was, I forget, the market was closed that day. And we came strong week 2, and we had that banger trade on Bloom Energy on the 14th. As you can see here, we took a lot of trades that day, but we had this banger on Bloom Energy, which we're about to get into. Over 1,000% return. I know it says here 750%, but it was really 1,000%. And we had other trades on Garmin. Garmin was a beautiful one if you guys know about that one. But right now we're just talking about the big one. We're talking about Bloom Energy here, okay, guys? And let me go into the next position or next part of this video, and let's transition on breaking down Bloom Energy. Let's go, guys. So here we are. We're looking at the chart for Bloom Energy, right? So this is a stock that made us this big $15,000 profit. And I want to point out something that if we look at a daily chart, and let's open up here the daily time frame. So each candlestick you're seeing is 1 day of time for those who are unfamiliar with candlesticks. I tried this trade back here in February. I tried this breakout of 170, got a nice pop to 180, and I was actually able to profit off of it that time, okay? But ultimately, within the next day, gave it all back, had a huge drop, okay? Time goes by again. Nick watches and waits, okay? I see it setting up again for that 170 test. Guess what? I tried that trade again there, and guess what? It failed. It failed again. Boom. You proceed to drop for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 12 days of just sideways / down action. We have the conflict with Iran going on. The market is starting to slowly recover, and Bloom Energy is on the move again, okay? So obviously this thing goes and runs up to like 230. But right now this is prior to that move happening. And I see it setting up again. The market's starting to recover. Things are starting to get a little better. And Nick takes some shots. Okay? But I want to really point out, and this is the big thing that you need to get out of this video, is that options premiums, the premium of the options. I didn't need the chart to tell me anything that this stock was going to move. The premiums told me prior, okay? So if you looked this Friday, and I was on a Friday, and I always look, for the next week contracts, $10 higher. So at this point, Bloom Energy was at 130-ish, okay? So I'm looking at the 140 calls. Those contracts for the following week cost $300, okay? Back here, this Friday, stock's at at one closes at 150, so I'm looking at the 160 calls. 10 points higher, right? That was also 280, 300 bucks. Okay? Then even back here this Friday, same thing, 10 points higher, 300 bucks. However, this Friday, April 10th, and we can zoom in now, and I'm going to start, kind of replaying things and move one candle backwards, we'll move there and start playing, right? So this Friday, it's a Friday, it's around 11 a.m. I'm looking at those next week contracts. In this case, we're looking at the 170s, and we're looking up 10 points higher. For the last 4 or 5 weeks, it's been 300 bucks. Why is it that when I'm trading this day, those next week contracts, 10 points higher, they're sitting at $500? Maybe because the option premiums are pricing a move that's coming, right? So it's a little bit pricey. They're 500 bucks. We find a cheaper play. I believe we grabbed the 195s for Bloom, because I knew if it really started to move, it's gonna run 10 or 20 points. Didn't know how. I thought didn't know it would come from news. I just knew it could have the chance to move. Okay, so I'm putting myself in the position to get lucky, putting myself in the position to catch an opportunity, not knowing if it'll come or not. But boom, as you can see here, nothing kind of happens. The market closes later on that day, and let's see if we can kind of speed this up a little bit. Okay, so nothing's kind of happening, and it's Saturday, whatever. We're holding on to the trade. Sit sideways, nothing happens, okay? But as we size to expect zero. It's a new Monday. Everything is going good, sideways action, and nothing really changes. So we kind of hold this throughout the day. We even bought some more because I saw it setting back up. Even bought some more here, saw it setting back up. I even sold one at the end of the day. News dropped. I didn't know it would happen. I didn't. But the options premiums from the weeks prior told me that a big pop was coming. Nobody teaches this sort of stuff. You have to watch the option premiums. I'm not going to go here screaming, but this is essentially what happened. And now looking back, we bought these contracts. I believe they were 180 bucks each one. As you can see here, I bought, 1.8 here on the left. I bought 6 of them, then I bought another 4, then I bought another 3, and I sold them all at 15. So look here, this is all pre-market data, and I was very excited. This is a big trade for me, so I sold this seconds to the market open. I had to actually sell orders prior. So looking back, and this is just for my future reference, when a surprise move happens in a stock and you're in it, more than likely breakout traders will be joining that stock, momentum swing traders, people who missed that move, because nobody saw this move coming. I'm getting DMs and messages, and this insane move is happening. So Nick, as a trader, should have, and this is me learning from my mistakes, and this is not a mistake. I still banked 15 bands off of this trade. I sold everything right here. Not even, and let's go down to a smaller time frame. I sold it off all on the first 5-minute candle from a beautiful move right here. I sold it all on the first 5 minutes. So nothing's wrong with that. Many, many years of trading, I've seen these big pops get taken down immediately and just go absolutely, to the downside or whatever, just like that. But Nick failed to understand that, hey, this is a surprise move. You got in a good one, and it's a surprise to the market. So breakout traders are going to be joining today. So you have to relax. If I would have waited 15-minute candles, I could have caught 30 on these contracts and banked 30,000, right? And as you can see here, we'll speed it up a little bit. This thing just, keeps on flying for I believe a few days. But we banged a 1.8 to 15, So max risk was $1,800. I've had 10 contracts, so 1.8 max risk, $1,800. Worst case scenario, you lose 1.8 or whatever you put in. That's the best part of options. Not rocket science. All I did was pay attention to the option premiums, and I put myself in the position to be correct. So looking at today, and let's go on to today, we had AAOI, which is a possible another banger. We did bank about $1,000 on this setup real quick here, and AAOI has been one of the movers. Nick saw it moving like crazy today. This is today. Had insane pops. I didn't even see all this action earlier. I was on stream with the guys, but Nick knows if it's through 155, it can get going. I see it at 155. You're gonna see when it hits 155, Nicky's on that. Nicky's buying it. But like I said, I'm a little bit cracked out when it comes to this sort of thing. So I'm watching like 6 different stocks at once. But just wanted to share that with you guys and watch how this trade plays out. Look, unfortunately, I went on a dog walk and I saw this my P&L just rising and rising and rising. So when that happens and I'm not at my desk, I tend to close out the position quickly. But look how quickly I close it out. But this is a quick double. I buy 20 contracts at 1. So max risk 2,000. Off half the position right there at 1.5. Taking half off just like that. And then boom, you sell the rest at a double. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But gotta relax, gotta chill, gotta learn how to, just chill. And let moves happen. But nothing wrong with taking profits, I hope you guys learned from this. I didn't do anything rocket science to make that 15 grand, did I? I just paid attention to the premiums week after week. I spotted a difference, and the market, rewarded that. So Nicky Nick trades out. Hopefully this one was a cool one for you guys. Yeah. Appreciate all you guys watching. And if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to me. You're going to get great content. You're going to learn how to become a better trader one way or another. If you're going to be listening to me, guys. So really appreciate it. Drop some comments. Ask me some questions. I'm here to help you guys. Join the community. Join Playbit. They got a lot of crazy things going on right now. They've got this little bot that they've been working on. It's amazing. Automated trading, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, guys? Nicky Nick Trades out.